if I'm talking to Taurus people who felt as if you've compromised so much for people that were in your life, or, you know, trying to bow to people or whatever to make everyone happy, and you got sick of that. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your January soul session. I am Princess India. If you are new, and if you are family, welcome back, my friend. And what's not, or whatever. If you are not familiar with what my soul sessions are, they are my spirituality as well as personal development readings, in which we look at the energies for the month for the sole purpose of giving you guys some insight and clarity and advice on how to deal with said energies. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into you guys' cards, keeping in mind that this is wonderful January, the start of 2021, and we are revisiting, what is that? We are revisiting the card that you guys got last month for Surrender December in the collective reading. For my Taurians, it was Surrender to Creativity. So we're going to see where that plays into you guys' spread, but we're going to start with you guys' underlying energy, which is the Eight of Wands. So we're talking about forward movement. I feel like I have to give a little heads up with that. I feel with the Eight of Wands, this is things happening very, very quickly. It's positive in the sense that it's progressive motion. I just feel like it's imperative to be conscious and to be aware while you're moving quickly. And whatever this ends up being, another way that we could look at this is this month being a month of communicating, but how I want to say it, I don't want to jump into the surrender card too early, but I feel like right now I have no choice. It's more or less with how it is that you guys are communicating, or how it is that you guys are moving forward. The ideal thing you would want to keep in mind is one, creative problem solving, right? Meaning that the solutions to a lot of challenges or problems that you guys face this month is going to require you to think out of the box. And I would say go with the flow, but just stay aware, my friends. And then also not being hasty, if that's making sense. Because I feel like this Eight of Wands is a very hasty energy. It's an energy where it's fire under your bum, but almost to the point where, and I'm thinking of Seren the Healer now, when she talks about in human design, when you have an empty root, and I'm one of those people that has an empty root chakra, where you constantly feel this pressure to do, accomplish. And that's why I think it's so imperative to stay conscious so that you don't allow the energy to take you over, if that's making sense. So our central energy, we have, oh wow, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. This is challenged by, goodness gracious, the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Come on, Taurus. And the past influence is the Five of Swords. Oh my goodness. Okay, Taurus. Coming out of December into January with this Five of Swords, the first thing that comes to mind is fighting a losing battle. I feel that you guys are fixating your mental energy in one particular area, but when I say fighting a losing battle, I don't mean that you're like losing at life or something of the sort, but I feel that the battle that you guys are fighting is losing because you're putting all of your energy in the wrong direction. This could be analysis paralysis, you know what I mean? And something else is coming to mind now. How do I want to say this? Know when to walk away, because I was hearing like know when to admit defeat, if you will. And I don't want to say that like that. That's why I'm like stammering, because I don't want to send the wrong message here. It's kind of like sometimes you have to utilize wisdom to know when to walk away from a situation, because sometimes pride can get in the way, right? Where you could be fighting for something and what you're fighting for isn't necessarily what you want. It's just kind of like a pride thing because you don't want to walk away, if that's making sense. So it's kind of like if you have committed to accomplish a particular thing, or you've made a promise to someone that you realize that you can't keep, right? Because there's other things that are kind of coming in the way. It's like a pride thing is kind of like, you know, even though you know it's proverbial, I don't want to say that word because I will totally get flagged. Even though you know it's a losing battle, you'll still attempt to try to fight just for the sake of fighting for it, when you know that there's nothing anyone could win from this, if that's making sense. And I don't know why I keep getting so many relationship examples, but it's kind of like, if, okay, you're with someone, that person cheats, and you hate the person, like you hate being in a relationship with them, and you were already thinking about breaking up with them or divorcing them. But because you found out that there was like a side chick or a side dude, just to spite the side chick or the side dude, or because you don't want that person to end up with that person, or you don't want that person to think that they won, it's like you'll hold on to something that's really not serving you anyway. So that's why I say you have to use wisdom to know when to admit defeat, or when to admit that I've bitten off more than I can chew, or this is too much for me to do, in so many words, right? Because I feel with this 8 of Wands, I feel that there was a perception coming into January of what this month or the beginning of this year was going to be like. But I feel like there's going to be a myriad of different things that are kind of going to come out of left field, if you will. And there may be things that you promised to do, or things that you committed to do, that just are not going to be doable, or I'm sorry if y'all hear my kids screaming, that's just not going to be doable or possible, right? So know when to admit defeat. Now with this king, with the Knight of Swords in the reverse, I feel it's like that bullheaded thing that we be having going on sometimes. I always say all of my knights to me are zealots, and zealots are very passionate about what it is that they're doing. They're very headstrong. I said I was gonna do this, and if it kills me, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe that I get with knights. But I feel this is really like a mindset. It's a trajectory. It's an idea or a concept that you had, that you were heading towards. And the situation, or the landscape, if you will, that you guys are operating within have changed. The dynamics have changed. The plan has changed. But the thing that I'm seeing is that Taurus is refusing to let this go. You know what I mean? And this could simply be, for some of you, I'm clarifying this Knight of Swords, by the way. But for some of you, this could literally be like a point that you're trying to prove. But the thing is that if or even trying to prove that you're right about something to your own detriment, you know what I mean? And if you're holding on to this idea when the landscape has changed, it's like you can end up hurting yourself in the process. You know what I mean? It's almost like, I see it like Taurus being so distracted by this end goal that, like I was saying, the landscape is changing, but they're so fixated that they're not seeing that there's other people that are just like, F it. You know what I'm saying? I hope that that's making sense. Let me clarify this Knight of Swords really quick, my friends. Whoa. Wow. And it's funny that I said relationship. We have caring connection that's clarifying this Knight of Swords here. So here's the thing. Whether this is a romantic relationship, it's a partnership, it's a friendship, what have you, this is something where your challenge is going to be to just let it freaking die, Taurus, okay? Because I feel that you guys are being ushered forward into a new space or a new environment, but it's like it's fighting a losing battle, because you're fighting for something that should not even be fought for in the first place, right? But it's like refusing to let it go, because the vibe I really feel is like trying to prove a point. It's like you're trying to drive something home, or prove a point, or get other people to see your your perspective or your viewpoint, or you're trying to get people to hear you out or something like that. But the vibe I get with this is that it's dead in the water. Like, it's pointless in so many words with whatever this is that we're talking about. And because this is dead in the water, because it's pointless, you know what I'm saying? It's like spirit is trying to move you guys elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's still trying to drive this point home, whatever that is. Anywho, underlying energy is the Six of Cups. Your above energy is the King of Cups in the reverse. For some of you guys, this could literally be a person, and it could be a very impossible person. So this could be friend, family member, what have you. And it's like, I mean, it could be a father figure. It could be trying to get a friend, family member, father figure, what have you, to see your point of view, because this person is close to you, and it's a fruitless effort. You know what I mean? And I think it's because with the Six of Cups, it's almost like having an affinity for this person. You know what I mean? Like, it's someone that's been in your life for some time, or you've been through a lot with the person, but it's just tripping my head out that it's all of this weighty mental energy. Wow. Yeah. And then going forward, you guys have the Page of Wands. Taurus, I don't know what we talking about. I have no idea. I mean, my assumption is it's a connection with someone or a group of people or what have you, but it's time to go in a new direction, because I feel what's stagnating you guys out is it's like analyzing and reanalyzing and trying to think of everything from every which way, trying to figure out a solution to this. But I really feel like whatever this is dead, has been dead, is long dead. You know what I'm saying? They didn't had the funeral, put the body in the ground. Everybody then went home, proverbially speaking. I don't mean literally. But it's like you're fighting for something that is over. And it's almost like with this energy, with this Eight of Wands that's coming in, that's giving you this momentum, you're wrongfully channeling it into something that's chaotic, that's conflicting, that's causing duress mentally, and trying to revive. It's like beating a dead horse. There we go. It's like literally, it's like beating a dead horse, and it's trying to breathe life into something that's long been dead. Now, with this King of Cups in the reverse, this can be a very melancholic, just emotionally unstable individual that you guys are dealing with, whether that's boss, coworker, whatever the case may be. Or this can be speaking to a mindset that you guys are in, because it feels almost like trying to, and this is very Taurian, I can't even doubt that. It's like, it's trying to revive a once upon a time. You know what I mean? It's like, once upon a time, this thing was great, it was grand, it was wonderful, but it's dead now, right? And it's like not accepting that. So it's fighting to revive something that's supposed to be dead. And I think the biggest challenge this month is going to be accepting that. So that's why I say, like, accepting defeat. It's like it's time to wave the white flag. You know what I'm saying? Because this isn't doing any justice to you. I feel like this is what's stagnating Taurus's energy. And I feel like more than anything, it's channeling this creativity that you guys have, like this energy around you guys, into something that's more fruitful and something that's more in alignment with your truth. Because I feel that with whoever this is or whatever this is, it's a waste. And I know that could sound harsh, because I don't know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But all of this energy to me looks like a very literal waste of time. And having like this energy that's coming in to swoosh you guys forward, channeling that into this it's literally pointless, and it's literally a fruitless effort. And it would behoove you to go in the direction of something that's more in alignment with you. And I want to pull more cards on this just because, yeah. Ain't that some stuff? We have the Three of Pentacles here on top of this Five of Swords. And then we have the 10. I knew that was going to happen. Hold on, y'all. Let me change my battery. I felt it. You know, Taurus, if you haven't already realized, my camera hates me, you know, because this whole low battery thing. But anyway, I'm not quite sure where it is I left off with you guys. I'm pretty sure I was over here in this vicinity with the Page of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles upright. But I feel I was saying something about, I don't know, something about you guys with people or something of the sort. I'm just going to go ahead and run over these again since, you know, life and happenstance, and I can't even blame Mercury retrograde for this, but what it's looking like for me, if I were to just kind of sum all of this up, even going back to you guys' underlying energy with the the 8 of Wands, gosh, I just cannot talk. I'm so discombobulated. But with the 8 of Wands, because there's a lot of different elements in these cards. Caring connection is in the middle. And if we were to centralize this around whether romantic relationships or friendships, there's elements in this of energy moving quickly. So much like I said, and I don't know if I said this already, but in the I don't know who needs to hear this video where I talked about impulsivity, right? There's this misconception a lot of times that we have in life where we think we're running out of time, or it's just this unnecessary feeling of being rushed. And if with this energy coming in to help you all, I feel the main message of this reading is more or less that you don't allow this energy that's making you feel rushed to make you impulsive, to make you hastily jump into something without thinking, to hastily try to dodge feelings that may be very temporary, because I'm looking at this King of Cups in the reverse here and you guys above energy. So meaning like if you find yourself feeling some type of way, because it's a lot of different vibes that are going on collectively, but if you find yourself feeling some type of way and you don't get clarity on what it is that you're actually feeling, and it's like you're just kind of trying to rush to get out of that, whether using distractions or projecting onto other people, whatever the case may be, externalizing this inner conflict. I even see sibling rivalry here. There's people who are in your vicinity that would be more helpful to you as a support system as opposed to competition. But I don't know, it's interesting because it's kind of like this illusion, if you will, where this 8 of Wands energy moves very, very quickly. So it's something that's fire under your butt that's saying, go, 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 right? But I feel that this energy that's here to thrust you forward could be misinterpreted, right? Because of feeling some type of way, you know what I mean? Or, you know, just thinking about how things have been in the past, like projecting past experiences onto your present, you know what I mean? Or thinking about past experiences in relationships or past experiences in friendships or with coworkers or what have you. And you can misinterpret this energy that's a fire under your butt to move you forward, misinterpreting it as if it's like a warning or you putting your guards up and feeling as if you need to like protect yourself or something of the sort. So all in all, what I'm saying is with this Page of Wands and with this 10 of Pentacles up here, this is more or less saying that this energy is here to bring you guys to a place to where you're starting a new beginning that's more in alignment with your will, your desires and things of the sort, that's going to create stability and security for you. However, the challenge is letting go of this old mindset, because I feel like I was saying with this energy, it can be misinterpreted into haste. It can be misinterpreted into danger, or you can mistakenly channel this energy that's intended to move you forward into your past, of trying to resurrect something that is dead, like something that's a done deal, or something that served its purpose, or something that was just like a season in your life, if you will. And it's mistakenly channeling that energy back there when it should be focused towards your future. So all in all, Taurus, and this would be, I think it would go against like the natural nature of sticking things out of Taurians, if that's making sense. But this is more or less a roll call, if you will, to leave behind your past and to move towards your future. Another thing I want to throw in with you guys, surrender card. How I talked about in the beginning about creative problem solving. This would more or less be a transmutation, if you will. So it's more or less taking everything that you've learned up to this point, everything you've experienced in your past, and much like Gregory Bateson does, if you don't know who he is, definitely Google him. It's taking your experience and looking at it from another angle, right? And if you don't see positives in it, it's finding positives in it and seeing how you can use what you've been through to this point in your favor, you know? And I do feel a sense here that there's people that are going to be coming into you guys' lives. I mean, for some of you, this could literally be a romantic partner for some of you all. And then for others of you, I feel like it's like a business partner, or people who want to help you. But, and I feel that, I don't know, if I were to say what this is really looking like to me in January, Taurus, it's almost as if you're being blessed, but you're oblivious to the fact that you're being blessed because you're so used to looking at, sorry, my tummy's growling, but you're so used to looking at the glass as half full that the people that are coming in, or the person that comes in, you're looking at it as a danger to you. And the first thought is to kind of cut them off or keep them at bay because you're thinking about the way that stuff was in the past. But the reason why Spirit is putting these people on your path is to fast track, like if we're speaking, you know, business projects, work, things of the sort, is to fast track what it is you guys are doing. And I'm hearing March. Okay, Taurus. Okay, it's to fast track what you're doing. So I would say like the playing field for you all, to give you a time frame, we're talking about January up until March. So if we're talking about Taurians that actually have something going on here, like say you guys are working on something in January up until March, there's people, and I really feel January is when these people are going to come in, right? But we're talking about period at the end of the sentence of whatever it is you guys are working on being in March, right? But I feel it's because people who've come into your path in the past haven't really helped, and they've meant you no good. But I feel that these people that would be coming in aren't like that. They're not like these people. You know what I mean? So we're talking about moving from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, Taurus. I feel you guys more or less have approached things from like this tried and true way, which we're known for, because I'm a Taurus, and in case you didn't know, a double Taurus, by the way, you know, my sun and my moon and whatnot. But it's being used to this tried and true way, but you're being offered an opportunity to transform and to approach this from a different perspective, and approach whatever you guys are working on, whether it's relationships, friendships, or, you know, career stuff. This feels more career oriented to me, from a different way. And I feel like that fixed mindset that you guys have operated in has been like a defense mechanism. And I'm even being reminded, I don't know if this was you guys reading from January or December of 2020. I have to go back and look. But I remember, and it's coming to my mind now, I was talking about, I saw a vision of a Taurus person, and I called them a contortionist, because it was a person who, like I was seeing a person like Cirque du Soleil type of stuff, like they were bending all different kinds of ways, you know what I'm saying, for all of these different people that had came into their lives. And they were so distorted by bending themselves that they were no longer in the image of, wow, my tummy is really growling. They were no longer in the image of themselves, right? Like unrecognizable. So with this being some years ago that I saw this, if I'm talking to Taurus people who felt as if you've compromised so much for people that were in your life, or, you know, trying to bow to people or whatever to make everyone happy, and you got sick of that. So you're on this side of the Likert scale. Now you jump to this side of the Likert scale where you're like, you know, FTS, you know what I mean? I don't have time for this. Like, I'm not bowing to anyone anymore. And now it's just like bump people, bump this, and you jump into like a fixed mindset where it's like, this is what I'm doing. This is the system that I'm following, and I'm not deviating from that. No, I don't need your help. I have this myself. Like, no, I cannot help you type of deal. It's like, that was your time. That was your lesson. So say hypothetically, and this is not literal, but let's say hypothetically in 2019, you guys were bowing to everyone, being there for everyone, rescuing everyone. 2020, you're like, bump that, I'm not doing that. And it was like, I'm focused on this way. Then 2021 would be the marriage of those two extremes. It's you learning how to have boundaries with people who mean you no good or are trying to take advantage of you, but being mutable enough to allow people in who do mean you well. You know what I'm saying? So that would be like that fluid growth, creative mindset, if you will. So it's you coming to that middle road between these two extremes, because I feel that self-protection or that rigid approach you guys have had to things has snuffed out your creativity, and it stopped that fluidity. So if you guys have felt like a creative block up until this point, or I could even say for myself, I realized that all of 2020, I've been writing poetry since I was 8. And I did not write a poem in 2020. And I was like, whoa, that's a problem, because I never not write. That was a double negative. Whatever. I never not write poetry, but that shows me that there's a lack thereof of fluidity in my experience, because if I'm not expressing myself that way, then that means something's off kilter. So it's more or less getting out, but I mean, that's understandable, because I mean, hello 2020, but that's neither here nor there. But it's more or less getting out of this rigid mindset or approach to things and allowing yourself to come back to your true nature, which is more of a fluid nature. And I say transmutation because we're not talking about, and I spoke about this in Aries reading in December. So if you want to go back and watch that to kind of get some in-depth information on what I'm talking about here, especially if your North Node is in Aries or you got placements there. But anyway, it's really talking about you guys transmuting into this middle road. So it's more or less who you used to be in 2019, proverbially speaking, who you were in 2020, those two coming together, having a baby, and it being a proverbial baby, and it being this new creation, that of which is you. Because I really feel I'm speaking to Taurus people who have a call or a mission or some idea that you're being called to do. I feel for some of you all, this may be revisiting an idea you had some time ago. For others of you, I feel towards the end of January, like say if, you know, you just been working like a workhorse type of deal, I feel, and you haven't had any inspiration or anything, but you've been desiring for it. I feel towards the end part of January, there's going to be a big idea that hits you. And I feel all of those resources are going to be there for you. And for those of you who are concerned about like finances or your future retirement, whatever, I feel whatever this big idea is, it's a big money-making idea. I'm just saying. But anywho, that's been your reading, Taurus. I'm going over to Patreon, Vimeo, my website, and YouTube members to do you guys 2021 overview. And I think I'm going to pull a few more cards on this just to see a little bit more insight into what we're talking about. But in the extended, I'm doing an overview for 2021. I'm telling everyone to write down those cards because it's going to be important. I'm using Oracle, so it's nothing to be terrified of. But if you're about that life, my friend, follow me on over there. But if not, I still love your face. You know what I'm saying? And I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends. Until the next time, which would be the extended. Love your face.